Good morning, student. I'm Yogita. Welcome you to the learning session. Our subject is psychiatry nursing, and today we are going to study about eating disorder. Eating disorder, very easily you can keep in mind there are two conditions in eating disorder, A and B. A is anorexia nervosa and B is bulimia nervosa. Now let us discuss anorexia nervosa. Now anorexia nervosa is a condition, it is very common in a young girls where they're having a deadly fear of becoming obese, having a fear of becoming fat and weight phobia we can say, and they are having a strong drive to lose their weight and become slim. So it's very common among the female patients, among the female, maybe a young adult, teenagers, girls is very common. Now what's the etiology? Mainly because of genetic factors and family factors, where family is having a unique kind of food pattern where they will not consume all kind of food because they're having a thought that they may gain a weight, and family you're having almost all the female members are very slim and beautiful. Mass medias where they project the like beauty is your weight, you should be very slim. Beauty contest, maybe a work environment where they'll give importance to your weight and physical structure, not your talent, and you are recognized with your physical appearance. And psychological factors where you're having a low self-esteem and you're feeling confidence only if you are little slim and beautiful. See, this is the concept. And family, yeah, psychological factors where you're having overprotection in your family, deprivation of a family relationship, where you have pampered child in your family, and like family members are having unusual interest in this physical appearance. They always prefer to be very slim and beautiful, not obese. See, now all these factors will make the persons to keep in their mind that yes, I also should look very slim and beautiful. Beauty is only a losing weight and having a zero size figure. So when this concept will come in their mind, definitely person will go for this anorexia nervosa. They will set themselves in a daily calorie limit, they will eat a little food, or else they'll go for induced omitting so that they will omit out the food so that they will maintain their body structure. Okay, now what are the clinical features what we can see in this anorexia nervosa? Here in anorexia nervosa, person will be a very slim and their weight will be less than nearly 15% less than the standard body weight. Still, they're having a fear and the concept in their mind that they are fat and they are obese. Also, they will make a compensatory mechanism to compensate the weight, that they will do excessive of starving, fastings. They will not consume all kind of food, and because of that, they will develop cold, gastritis because of empty stomach, and they develop constipation, low blood pressure, and bradycardia, hypothermia. Also, they are having one more thing, that they will set themselves in their daily calorie limit. They will say that only 600 or 1000 calorie per day I will consume, not more than that. If they eat anything beyond that their set of calories, they will go for induced vomiting and they'll do, or else they'll use a laxatives. Okay. Then see, this will be a cause for the disturbed body image. Though they will be very slim, it's not beauty, but still they'll lose their weight and they'll become very slim. Still they will have a concept, a fear in their body's mind. They're saying that they are very fat, their body is very fat. They keep on telling that yes, I become little fat, I am fat. See, this is what the clinical feature of anorexia nervosa. Now what's the complications? Definitely we can see the complication that person may go for dehydration, malnutrition, mainly because of they are setting themselves in a limited food, not taking sufficient of food amount or water level in their body, and they are doing excessive of starving or fasting, and also they'll go for induced vomiting and laxatives. Because of that, they may develop increased susceptibility to infection, and chronic inflammatory bowel disease they may develop, and there is a chance that they will develop ulcer, tear, yeah, bleeding in their GI system also, because keep on omitting after food. And also they'll get a dental caries and loss of dental anomalies, and the chances are there that they will develop a life threatening cardiovascular complication. So these complication you can see with the patient who is having anorexia nervosa. Okay, now next condition is bulimia nervosa. Now what is bulimia nervosa? It's completely opposite to this anorexia nervosa, where person is having binge eating with the feeling of guilt, humiliation or depression. Person is having excessive food. Here we can see two components in that. One is person is eating a large quantity of food in a given a short duration of time, and secondary, after consuming large quantity of food, they want to compensate that with by using a laxatives, yeah, induced vomiting. See, they're using a two compensatory mechanism. So bulimia nervosa means binge eating. They're eating a more quantity of food in a less time. Definitely the etiology, it may be because of disturbed family pattern, like problem in their brain center, some impairment in their brain structure, and maybe a family eating fat, a family all are eating all kind of food, they're eating too much of, they're eating plate full of food, and no one will ask them that don't eat. It become a ritual in their family. Also it will be a maladaptive behavior pattern, eating excessive food like no reason, without any eating pattern they're eating of food, and they're preferring more of junk foods. This will become a maladaptive behavior. Also, like they will also have a concept in the mind that how the society will speak about them, because if they become obese, and then they will go for this induced vomiting and excessive use of laxatives. Now the clinical feature of a person with bulimia nervosa. Now here persistently we can see person is heartburn and sore throat and heartburn. It's maybe because of excessive food what they're eating. They may have some kind of acidity, and chances are there person may have a itching over here. It mainly because when they go for induced vomiting, they develop the scars and like rashes on their hand, and they will develop that itching problem. And also keep on eating the food, there's a chance of the teeth will have a discoloration, and dental cavity, like losing dental enamel is very common. Also these people are having a history of taking a large amount of food in a short duration of period. This is also called as binge eating. Because of this they will have a lack of control, that sense will lose, they're having a lack of control. Also they will be having excessive weight, and one more feature what we can see in these people are they are frequently checking their weight, and they may have abdominal pain, epigastric pain, amenorrhea, disturbed body image, they may become little fat. Okay, then excessive feeling, excessively they're doing the activities, exercise they will do, then they're having a feeling of guilt and depression, and they're doing like the regular eating pattern will be disturbed, and frequently checking their weight, poor impulse control, frustration, and they'll get excited like very easily, they lose their control very easily. So these are all of the feature what we can see in a patient with bulimia nervosa. Now what is the complication? When the patient eat more, definitely there is a chance of they're having a gastric rupture. Binge eating may lead to gastric rupture, dental caries, anomalies, loss of anomalies, and like bleeding in their gum. That may be a complication. Chances of dehydration, electrolyte imbalance. Also chronic involuntary bowel movements, it may lead to some bowel cancer, increased risk of suicide because of the psychoactive substance what they may take. Because of excessive feeling of guilt and depression, there is a chance that person may commit suicide. So this is the complication what we can see in a patient. Now definitely how we can diagnose? Definitely we can go for a physical examination, detailed history collection of a patient, do mental status examination, rule out their blood values. We can come to know what are the other problems they are having. Now definitely nursing management, you assess the patient, you provide a healthy nutritious food to the patient, and you set the intake output chart to your patient to assess what they are eating and how they are eating, and you serve the meal on time, and avoid unnecessary discussion in front of patient regarding the food and body weight. It is very important that you will maintain a healthy eating pattern of your patient, and you maintain that nutritional status of the patient. Okay, we will maintain the skin turgor. We will try to reduce the complaints like heartburn, acidity, imbalance of nutritional deficiency, and dehydration. Such things can be bring down. And also we will make the patient to ventilate their feelings because of sometimes guilt or depression. They may eat more, they may not accept themselves. Their family factors may trigger them to not to eat the food. So such factors will make them to speak out, and we can give some counseling, behavioral therapy. We can do some individual therapy to our patients. Also we should explain them, make them to understand what is the impact if they're using a laxatives, yeah, any other measures to for a long duration. What will be the complication? That education we need to provide them. Also you provide some other alternative therapy so that they can mold their behavior, and they will develop a positive attitude towards their eating pattern, and they develop a like self confidence, self respect. They enhance their self esteem. Also will monitor the patient so that a patient may not do a suicide, so patient may not commit a suicide. So these all are the measures generally what we can use to manage a patient with eating disorders. Okay, so this is what we learned today. Eating disorder, mainly two conditions, A and B. A means anorexia nervosa, B means bulimia nervosa. I feel you understood, and if you find any anything to share, any question, any doubt, please leave it in your comment in your comment so that I'll come to know that what exactly you want to tell, so that I can explain in the next class. So you'll have a better understanding. So please go to the topic, read, so that you will have a better understanding. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in next class with some other new topics. Thank you.